confetti party.
What is good, y'all? Coming to you on a windy Memorial Day 2024 from the Loess Hills of western Iowa. This is going to be part 2 of our 4-part series of my backpacking adventures through the Loess Hills State Forest. And today we're going to set our sights on a little saunter through Mondamin Uint. All right, we worked ourselves about a mile or so in. The first 3/4 of a mile or so, you're mostly walking next to cornfields, which, you know, it's good in small doses, I suppose, and it does give you a little taste of Iowa for sure. But we've kind of ventured now into the forest, into the green tunnel, and working our way south throughout the park. And I know in about 2 miles or so is when kind of the fireworks start and you start to climb the ridges, which I'm really looking forward to, that overlook the Missouri Valley and look over into Nebraska. So working our way south. All right, we're at about the 4.5 mile marker at this point in time, and the fun begins starting right now. As you'll see behind me, a little bit of a hill that we're encountered. This is actually, and the camera doesn't do it justice, about as steep a hill as Iowa has to offer. This one is pretty much straight up and down, and when we get up top, I think you'll get a better perspective on what we're looking at. But should be fun. I'm sure the quads will not be appreciative of this here in about 10 minutes. I catch my breath after that quad busting ascent. We've now reached the ridge of the Mondamin Uint, which is kind of the best part, and what makes this hike so special. But as we come around the bend here, you'll see maybe my favorite part of the whole entire hike. You see kind of the side of one of the hills here, one of the ridges, and it is a good demonstration of the trademark cat steps of the Loess Hills, which basically, as you'll see as we draw in a little bit closer, you see there's just basically ridges. The hill is essentially ribbed for your pleasure as it is. But what those ridges are basically when the winds blew all the soils from the Missouri Valley, which you can pretty clearly see there beneath the peak. Back post Ice Age, it blew all the dirt and mud over here onto the Iowa side of the border, creating these hills, and they gradually just leveled up one after the next, and the grasses grew over the top of them to kind of hold them in place, and just created a really cool ribbed, I guess I should say, ridge, which really is pretty unique and spectacular. All right, well, after a great day of tightrope in the ridge here at Mondamin Uint, legs are a little tired, so it was definitely time to go ahead, get the hammock set up, get camp set up. Was able to find myself, I was kind of hoping to plant myself up on top of the ridge, but found the next best thing. I worked myself maybe a quarter of the way down the ridge and found a nice little clearing. It is difficult to find any sort of semi-flat ground up on top of these ridges, so I worked, like I said, about a quarter of the way down. Should have a great view here, overlooking the Missouri Valley. Watch the sun dip down into the Great Plains, get some dinner started, and have a great evening. And as Mr. Weatherman says, there's going to be no rain or excessive winds tonight. I'm going to go ahead and risk it, and we're going to go topless tonight. There's going to be no tarp, so we'll get some star views. I guess it actually is supposed to be a full moon tonight, so, or relatively full moon, I guess 86%, so probably not going to get intense stars, but we'll get good moon views, and we overlook the plains down there. Quite a campsite, if I do say so myself. It's coyote party. My guy here has been making this 2 a.m. booty call for a good half hour. I mean, I respect the hustle, but he just kind of repeats the same line. I don't know. It doesn't sound like he's had a whole lot of success. Wish he'd kind of give up. All right. Well, after what proved to be a pretty active night from nature, we had a coyote rave. We had birds active on their Tinder. We were able to manage to get a little bit of sleep last night after all that. At this point, we're going to go ahead. We're going to get the hammock packed up. We're going to get ready and get back out on trail. What it do, what it do. So we're about 1.5 miles in this morning, and have at this point I completed the southern part, the southern loop of the Mondamin Unit. We started at the northwest corner yesterday afternoon, and I worked myself due south so I could go ahead see those ridges that I wanted to see. And full disclosure, if you're coming up here and you only have time, maybe an afternoon or whatever, I would definitely encourage you to. The south side of the Mondamin Unit is certainly the more scenic side, where at this point I'm going to go ahead and do a ring around the north side, which there's a lot of corn. You're walking by corn a good amount of the time, which again has its own bit of charm, but a little less scenic than the ridge views you get over on the other side. You get some smaller walkabout a ridge here in a couple miles that we'll see, but again, if you're just coming up for an afternoon and only have time to complete one of the 2 loops, definitely encourage you to go ahead and do the south loop. All right, well, we completed the north ridge there of the Mondamin Uint, and I gotta say that was quite a bit better than I remember. I think the one and only time I went to that part of the Mondamin Uint, it was springtime and everything wasn't green, so it's a little better than I remember. So if you do happen to come up here and you just stick, if you're on the north side of the park, if you just stick to the ridge, it's actually probably worth your time. All right, well, we're making the final push to get back to the car. Just wanted to, just real quick, just toss a hat tip to the folks over at the Iowa DNR who do a great job protecting and maintaining the Loess Hills State Forest. Your work does not go unnoticed, and it is really appreciated by me, and I'm sure several others. So again, thank you to the ladies and gentlemen over at the Iowa DNR for all the work you do. All right, well, the boomerang has completed, and we have returned to the car. Just an enchanted gallop around Mondamin Uint of the Loess Hills State Forest. Wanted to thank everybody if you've hung on this far for riding shotgun with me. It was just a great time once again, as it always is out here at Loess Hills State Forest. Want to remind everybody too that again, I will be doing 2 more of these, as there's still 2 units of the Loess Hills State Forest that I have yet to film. So I'll be doing that over the course of the next couple months, the Preparation Canyon unit and the Pisky unit. So keep your eye open for that. But in the meantime, I thank you so much for coming along. It was a great time out here at Mondamin Uint of the Loess Hills State Forest.